everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to go ahead and bring you guys along with me. I will be exclusively pumping for 24 hours, and I just wanted to go ahead and share this experience with you guys. So I made the decision to exclusively pump when my son was about, I want to say 4 or 5 weeks old. What happened is that he wasn't, I don't know if he wasn't latching on correctly or what, but I kind of noticed that he wasn't eating enough and my body wasn't producing enough, because he wasn't either latching on correctly or eating enough. I don't know what it was, but I noticed that he would sleep longer and not eat. So I made the decision to go ahead and take him off and exclusively pump because I wanted to go ahead and monitor how many ounces he was taking, how often, and how long. So I went ahead and made that decision. I was a little sad about it, but honestly, it worked out for the best. Now I can see how much he's eating. He's eating very well. He drinks about 3 to 4 ounces now. So now that he is 3 months, he's drinking a lot more. When he was 1 to 2 months, he was drinking 2 to 3 ounces. Now he went up to 3 to 4, and he's getting more full, which is great. And he's sleeping a lot longer, and I'm happy I'm able to go ahead and check that and monitor him because I want him to be healthy and grow. But yeah, I was very sad that I couldn't breastfeed him because I remember those moments with my 2 daughters. I breastfed them for a whole year and they did just fine. But I know every baby is different. Every breastfeeding journey is different. But honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm happy that I'm still able to produce enough milk and keep him healthy. But yeah, if you guys want to follow along with me on my 24 hours, just keep on watching. Good morning, everyone. Hopping into a voiceover. It is about 7 o'clock, and I pumped 5 ounces off of each side. And this is just me pouring that milk into a bottle. So, one bottle I put in the freezer, and the other bottle I am putting it in the fridge for the day. That way, my son is able to drink. Of course, I drink water in between, before and after. But yeah, and then I'll go ahead and wash the bottles in between pumping sessions as well. But I am so happy that I'm able to produce this much milk for my son. And this is the next one. I pumped about 3.5 ounces, and this was about 10:47. I went ahead, sorry, there was a burp. I went ahead and just poured this one into a bottle because he finished the other ones, the other bottle. And I will go ahead and store this in the fridge for his next feeding. Here it is midday. Of course, already had lunch, drank water. I noticed midday I am pumping a lot less. Here I pumped about 2 ounces, a little bit more than 2 ounces, but I noticed that I'm not producing a lot of milk midday. And I think it's because I'm trying to pump every 2 hours. When I pump every 3 hours, I notice I am producing more. And this is the pumping session for the other side. I pumped 1.5 ounces, and like I said, I'm not sure why I don't produce that much midday, but I was able to make a full bottle for him, and I'm going to go ahead and store that in the fridge. So these bottles, I go ahead and just put them in the fridge, take them out when I need to, and just throw them in the bottle warmer. And of course, if I need to, I will split some and create a bottle for him so it is ready for his next feeding. And then, of course, I like to take, I don't know if it's supplement or not, but I bought these at Target. It's to help your milk flow, and I just put it in my water and drink it for that session. So here, this next one, I did about 3.5 ounces, and this was around 3 o'clock, and this was for both sides of my breast as well. I do produce about the same on each side, so I'm very happy about that. Here it was already getting later on in the day, and I pumped about, here, let's see, 4 ounces from each side, and this was about 3:30 in the afternoon. It started getting dark, so I went ahead and just put a little bit in his bottle, and a little bit more I will put in the other bottle that I have that I just washed. The reason I am splitting it up here is because he did wake up, and he's been up for about 1.5 hours already, and he's getting fussy, so I know he's going to be hungry just about when I'm done here and I wash these bottles. But I will go ahead and connect it to try to see if I can get a little bit more on the other side, because I thought I was getting more out of one side. So I'll go ahead and pump a little bit more with my Swing Maxi. This thing, oh my god, I love it. I just hold it and walk away. This is my next pumping session. Don't mind my little belly I got there. So I pumped about 4.5 ounces here, and this was around 9 o'clock. So I usually pump about every 2 to 3 hours. Just depends on how my body is doing. Sometimes I feel my milk come in. If I don't feel it, I'll start pumping in between, but I'm so happy that I'm at least getting the same amount of milk on each side of my breast. So I am very thankful for that I am able to keep my son happy and fed. And of course, whatever I don't pump out for him for his bottle feedings, I will put in the freezer. Here you see me shaking up the bottle because it got a little too hot in the bottle warmer, or a little too warm, and I went ahead and I am making him a bottle from the previous pumping session to go ahead and make him one. This was about 1 o'clock, and he was already getting hungry. He was being a little fussy, started eating his little hands, and so I went ahead and made a bottle and started pumping at the same time, just so I can get milk as well. Here is the next bottle that I did. I did about 4.5 ounces. This was of course on one side, and I will continue on the next. You can see my little snacks in the back. I do snack in between too and drink a lot of water, just so I know that I'm able to produce enough milk. Even if it is 4 o'clock in the morning, I will still eat some crackers and drink some water, just to keep my body from just to make sure that my body's producing enough milk for him. Of course, if you're eating enough and drinking enough water, your body will produce, enough milk as you tell it to. So I went ahead and just poured this in his bottle, and what I did is that, I don't know if you can see my little lunchbox there. I bought a little lunchbox. I put freezer packs in there, and what I do is I just put that bottle in the freezer pack, and then it's ready for him when he wakes up for his next feeding. I will just throw that bottle in the bottle warmer and then pour it into his um, bottle so it is ready for him to drink. But that is my little lunchbox. Got it on Target. Honestly, best purchase. I will go ahead and shut off my Swing Maxi. Go ahead and plug it into the charger so it is ready for my next pumping session. And then this is my last pumping session for these 24 hours. This was at 7 o'clock. Starting to get a little chilly in the house, so I put on a sweater. You can see my son was already wide awake. So I went ahead and just pumped on one side, gave him that bottle, and the other side that I did pump, I went ahead and stored it in the fridge for his bottles for the day. Yeah, so that was the 24 hours. Can you guys believe I pumped that much milk? So happy and excited. So I just wanted to come on here and thank you guys so much for following me along with my 24 hours. It's actually a pretty cool experience to see my body and how much it's able to produce for a whole day, and I'm so happy that I'm able to pump enough for him to have and have enough stored in the fridge throughout the day, and then whatever's left over stored of course in the freezer. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really liked filming it for you guys. It was actually a really relaxing experience, just to record a little bit here and there in between pumping sessions. But thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.